easy team, easy team, Saturday. And for this blog, I'll bring you to Orchard. Now, Orchard's the middle lake on Charlie's syndicate, Chawston syndicate, home to some proper scaly little bangers, I tell you. I used to fish it 7, 8 years ago, had a few little scaly bangers, a few big ones in amongst the mist, but no, the average of fish in this lake is a lot smaller than Willow, and because of that, this lake don't get fished that much. So I decided a couple of weeks ago that I was going to do a little stint in one of the swims. You know, I can get it to myself for a period. I'm all for that. So I decided to fish a swim called the Stumps, which is just in front of me. The reason it's called the Stumps because years ago there was a big tree in the swim. It come down pretty much where I'm standing. It was that big it went into the field. When we chopped it, two big branches, when we chopped the branches and took the weight off the stumps, they stood back up in the swim, and the swim was called the Stumps. But potentially an absolute blinding swim, but no one really gets round here because of the size of the fish. But I thought, you know what, I don't mind wading through a few pasties, see if we can get through to some of the bigger ones. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get set up, and I'll get back to you and let you know what's going on. Right, guys, welcome to the Stumps. These two you can see here aren't actually the Stumps. The Stumps are actually buried in these brambles. That's just more. But this is the Stumps. So what we've got over here is a reed bed to my right and a group of pads just to my left here. Now the swim initially is pretty clean. As the lake, as you push on into the lake, some weed starts to get up and it's pretty weedy. It's not very high, but it's quite dense. It's that stuff that clings to your lead. It's a right nightmare to get off, like siltweed or whatever it is. I come for a recce last Sunday morning or something like that. I'd done a night in toilet and blanked, and I was up early. I didn't sleep well, so I thought I'd come round here, and this one just took my fancy, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a bit on here. Absolutely beautiful behind me, absolutely pucker. Sun in your face all day. If you're here all day, you get the evening sun. It's absolutely lovely. But so I got a rod and a lead out, and obviously had a little plumb about, and it became apparent that it is pretty weedy, too weedy to fish my normal Ronnie rig or what have you. So I was gonna opt for chod rigs because I don't particularly want to fish solid bags because there's bream in here, and solid bags, like bream like them, don't they? And I don't particularly want to catch the bream. Obviously, if things get desperate, I'll put solid bags on. So what I've opted for is a classic stiff hinge rig on the pair of them, which is just here on a helicopter setup. And you might think, fucking hell, that boom's a bit long. So there's about a 10-inch boom on there. And then what I've got is about a 10-inch drop from the safety bead, and then quite a big classic sort of chod section on the end of the stiff hinge. So it's quite a beefy setup. Idea thinking is that this drop's enough to plumb in the weed. There's plenty of rope there to come down and settle, and I've balanced this really, really light, and hopefully it should settle on any weed that's out there. But you know, I can play about with that, but that's what I'm going for from the off. But I've been putting some bait in, so they've had some particle in there and some pellet to try and sort of loosen and drop this weed down a bit. They've had 2 good helpings since last week, and yeah, so they've had 2 lots of bait gone in here. So I'm hoping that they're used to it, and and they're up for a munch later. I mean, the sun is high in the sky, and I've seen a few backs out of the water, so it might mean waiting until later, I think. But no, looking forward to it. So anyway, I'm going to get these rods out, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, guys. It took me forever. Just get straight. It was all a bit of a rush. Flogging on overnighters, like just long. Everything just takes you forever. But we're there. The rods are out. We're all sorted. And yeah, I just thought I'd go through this rig in detail with you, give you something to talk about on it. So I guess we'll start from the business. And actually using 10 footers, my 10 footers tonight. So I didn't go for the TX4s in the end. I couldn't warrant the money on them, so I went for the Extractor Pros. It's actually a really nice rod for the money. And then I've coupled them with 2.6. So I went for the Extractor Pros and I coupled them with the 5500s, which I've had before. I know they're really good. So it's just the rods that obviously I haven't yet played a fish on. So I mean, rigs just fell in there. So I'm using 18-pound Exocet, which is what I normally do, onto a heli safe leader. Obviously I've got to put a lead on there. The safety bead I've got about 10 inches from the lead, and then I'm using, hang on, that's just fucking slipped, just on a little quick link there. I'm on 20-pound Fox Illusion onto a mouth trap chod link with a little micro swivel instead of a ring, and that probably sits up about 2.5–3 inches with a little bit of putty to hold it down. Figure of 8 knot just to attach it, and that's pretty simple, guys. Seems a bit 80s, doesn't it? Being that long. I've caught loads of fish with boom sections that long, so it don't bother me. There was an old boy that I used to fish with years ago, and his motto was, give them plenty of rope to hang themselves. He got plenty of rope there, 10 inches on a boom and 10 inches on that drop. So yeah, the bites can be a bit funky because there's loads of movement, but we'll just see how it goes. There's plenty of movement out there. I've seen a few bubblers not in the vicinity, they're just in the middle of the lake. Perhaps I made a bit too much commotion with a drone and what have you, but I reckon they'll creep back in, and they'll put too much bait out there over the past week for them not to come back, unless it's all fucking sat there, which I very much doubt. The weed has actually dropped a little bit. When I was down in the week, I drove the boat round, with a deeper, and just had a little look in at the vicinity of the swim. There's a lovely spot out towards those pads which are a bit further out. But I'm not too comfortable fishing over there at night, because if he swings right, yeah, fucking all sorts of fucking trouble. So I'm playing it sort of safe for night fishing, if you know what I mean. I'm playing them quite close. Because I don't want to lose fish. I don't like leaving tackle in fish and what have you. And the boat is fucking miles away. I can't go get a boat. This is public. I can't leave my stuff here. And the boats, obviously, there's a few boats. They're fucking miles away, guys. So I just got to be careful. So I'm pretty confident of a bite. I just the fish just ain't used to seeing people here or seeing a rig here. So if they come across it, I don't. I think they'll have it. It's just whether it's a bit too blatant, being sort of a 3-inch pop up, but I can't see it. The only thing I'm anxious about, not nervous, the only thing I'm anxious about is playing a fish on those fucking rods, because I've used my TX Ultras solely for like more than a decade. I don't use anything else, and now I've got these little things. And I haven't brought my big ones with me. I was going to bring them, and I was like, no, be a man, Keith, be a man. So we just have to see how it pans out. But lovely evening, nevertheless. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, and get back to you as and when. Right, guys, I know you love an honest review. So what I have down here, and it is down there, is the Fox Voyager guest chair. So I see this little thing, right? Because I'm not one for chairs. I can't be bothered to carry a chair about. But I see this little thing and thought, you know what? That poked on the end of your barra ain't going to make any difference at all whatsoever, is it? It's a tiny little chair, look. So I've got one for my birthday. My missus bought it for my birthday. Now, as you can see, because it's so tiny, there's no height to it at all whatsoever. So you are down here in the depths of hell, right? Now, if I was 5-10 years older, there's no way I'll be buying this chair, because it's a bit of an effort to get out of it, right? However, as it's a guest chair, that could be good. So if you've got a mate or anything who's a bit arthritic or got a bit of a bad back or a sore knee, get one of these chairs and invite them along, and then you can have a good old laugh. Because I tell you what, it might be down here, guys, but it's actually incredibly comfortable. And I reckon if you sat in here for a good hour, you're struggling to get out, especially if you're my age. But as far as it goes, guys, that is the Fox Voyager guest chair. Pucker. Well, guys, it's proper fucking dark now. I can see for miles over there. Well, a mile. Yeah, I've had a few liners, had a couple of bibs and bobs, whatever they are, and a couple of tiny little lifts, so there's something around. That's a massive bobbler, right? It was literally on my under the tips. If my rods were, I've got the rods back, and but if my rods were out like normal, it'd literally be under the tips. I'd be come up, and I was like, fucking hell. But yeah, we just have to see how we get on. I guess if nothing materialises, that's where I'll be putting that fucking right hand rod, not literally just down there. But yeah, I've had some liners and seen some bubblers not far from me rigs and just randomly coming up. So they're getting about. It's just cold now. The sun went, as soon as the sun went in, it got really cold. I wouldn't say it's freezing, but it's a bit nippy. You know, as you can see, I'm under a brolly tonight. I wasn't expecting all this room. I come in the other week and I cut the branch down and cleared this little bit out I'm in, but there was all the bushes and that was still up. It's lovely and enclosed. Like I could park the van up and close the swim off. Now it's like an abundance of fucking room. So it's a bit weird. But yeah, so just have to wait and see. I guess I know one of them's mug enough to take that fucking massive bob up. fucking fished a 3-inch pop up for like 20 fucking years. Do you know what I mean? But nowadays, all got to be neat in it, neat and compact and tidy. Fucking hell. I took that down a fucking carp show. I get the fucking rip right fucking pissed at me, when I fucking 3-inch pop up with fucking 10-inch boom. Fucking hell. But back in the day, that's what we used to fish with over weed. Just make the booms longer. If you the heady sace one around and use the lead clip, you'd have like a 15-inch boom, and I've caught fish like that. So you just got to make, just hope one of them mug enough to take it. It's I'd rather it be like a 3-inch pop up and accessible, than nice, neat, but plums in there and they can't get it. So I'd rather it be blatant accessible than, I mean, I'm probably going to lose out on a few, but yeah, all right, mate. Swear I'm past, but the right time, when I come and nail it fucking straight away, I've seen it in the edge. In other places, and they fucking ignore baits, and I've seen some fucking weird shit in crystal clear water. Carp fucking circling around baits like with one eye on it, all the way around and swim off. I've seen carp sort of like, if that's the boilie, come up to it and like literally fucking nose it and have a good old fucking look and go, nah, you're alright. Carp come into the swim, clock it, and just fucking like this business over and over again for a period of about an hour. And then a bit of cloud will come over, bit of fucking chop on the water, the same rig, I haven't taken it out. Next wave will come along, that one will be fucking straight on it, mate. Nailed. The blatantest one. It's weird. So I'm pretty sure it'll go. It's just getting the right time when they're having it, and hopefully one's in the vicinity when they're having it. So, but I ain't got to rush off in the morning. I've got a little while, so I shall get up early if nothing materialises, and something jumps, or I see some bubblers elsewhere. I've got the boat in the van. I can shift the boat out, so sneak up on them, and sneak up on bubblers with a boat. It's fucking brilliant. But yeah, so that's about where we're at now, guys. I'm going to chill out and probably get back to you in the morning and tell you if anything materialises or not. Morning, team. It's a little bit warmer this morning than it was last night. The clouds come back, and it is a little bit warmer. But a strange old night, to be fair. So I left them be till about, I don't know, it must have been about 11:30. And in that period, I was getting a lot of sort of heavy liners, some serious up and downers, and considering I'm only fucking hell 3 wraps out, this is weird. So I thought to myself, well, I literally must be just feeding literally in the edge just in front of me. So I pulled them in, swapped them for 2 Ronnies, pulled the beads down towards the lead a bit more, and I literally just underarmed two rods in, just in front of me, and then just threw some boilers over the top. And then it's a bit vague, really. It wasn't a run. I had a diddle, and it went on for about a minute or so, and then 2 minutes. I was like, "There's fucking something on that." Yeah, that was Mr. Bream, which was most pleasing. So I got him on his way, put the rod back out. It's just the right hand side one. done exactly the same, put exactly the same spot. Then at 4:30, I had another occurrence. The old bobbin pulled up to the top, but it weren't running. Oh, that's fucking strange. Another bream. So I picked the rod up, and the fish was down here in the pads, and it was a little pasty, probably about 8 or 9 pounds, something like that. So I sorted him out. I didn't bother to getting him out and taking a picture. I just let him go, and then I put the rod back out. That was about 4:30. It's about 7:30, 8 o'clock now. I've been up a little while, been looking around, but I've been sort of silent since. I've seen some fizzing in the middle. So I pulled them in, I pushed the rods out, and I put a couple of rods, one on them pads over there and one in the middle where I see the fizzing. And within 5 minutes, I'd have dropped back and had the biggest fucking bream in the lake, I reckon. It was absolutely fucking massive. But I just unhooked him and let him go. There's no way I'm holding them thing. Ooh. I don't know why it does that to me, but yeah, we let him go. So I put the rod back out. So although I've been catching a few bream and a few pasties, at least that's a couple of spots now. Oh, God, don't, it's breamy. At least that's a couple of spots now that I know that I can get a bite from, that are nice and accessible. So, but there's some fizzing right in the middle over there. I might push one right out, but I'm going to give these an hour if I don't get a bream on it. And then I think I'm going to do is I'm going to push them a little bit further out into the middle of the lake. So that's about where we are, guys. That's a long way down to this seat. I'll tell you, rod level. That's what it is. Yeah, I've had a few liners, a couple of sharp ones, bit bream like, to be fair. We don't want to be catching bream, do we? You get your rods sorted, you get them how you wanted, and get them picked up by breams. I'm not going to lie, it's a pain in the arse. But all right, if you're a bream angler, isn't it, and you've got a 1.1 test curve rod and a fucking 1/4 ounce lead, you're loving it, ain't you? And you want to get covered in slime and stink, then that's fine. But when you're after carp, bream's not ideal. I don't mind an odd tench just to mix it up a bit. But we're gonna have to find a way to get past these bream, whether it'll be double hook baits or just home roll some big uns, some golf balls or something. Because I don't be catching bream, especially not the size of that thing. Oh God, it sends a shiver down my back. It does. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you the bait I've been using. So last year in the summer I used Squid X, done really well on the other lake. It's Scope X squid, like new school. That's a fucking breamy fucking twitch, that, isn't it? Fuck's sake. And at least on that resets, that's done that 3 or 4 times now. So at least I know it's clean enough there for the rig to reset. So yeah, I've got them to make a custom for me. Put a bit of Robin Red and a few bits in it, and we end up with these. So I glug them, let them soak in that glug sort of overnight or a couple of days, and then once they're dry again, I give them another booster glug, and then I just fucking crumb up some boilie crumb and just throw it over the top of them, and you end up with these boilies which are coated in a bit of crumb, and as they descend through, the water bits come off and they land, and it just boosts your boilies, and so you can get a bit of extra from them, that's all. But fundamentally it's like a new school Scopex Squid Red, that's what it is, which is a classic bait, you all know that. I used to use that back in the day, caught loads, so it's a cracking bait if you want to use it on a lake that you know, you're just starting, because you can use it from the off. There's not a lake on the planet, not a carp on the planet that refuses scope at squid red pretty much any time of the year. You just knock the quantity down through the year and through the winter, but they'll take scope at squid all day long, all year long. But, so yeah, another breamy type twitch. I just got to hope that Mr. Carp comes along. I'm not going to stay too long now. It's about 9, half 9. I'm going to start packing some stuff up. I might even run through that brolly with you. I've got a little brolly there. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there and I'll get back to you in a bit. Fucking see his hand here. This is fucking struggle. No, don't fancy give me a hand. All right, never mind. Fucking hell. Right, guys, what you have behind me. There's a fucking carp, and he's in the fucking pads. Go on, you little cunt. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming, guys. We got him out. We got him out. Let's move that. Got to be a bit brutal. If he goes behind them fucking reeds, I'm fucking done for. Come on, you little bastard. Which he fucking has. Come round. Yep, we got him out. He's going in them ones now. Man, you're a little twat, you are. There you go. He's now in front of us. I'll tell you what, mate. He's not very big, but I'll tell you what, he had some power in him. Squeak that over there. Oh, my son, get in there. Good lad. All right. There we go. I'm gonna fucking leave him there. Yep, he's all good. So what we have here is the Fox Easy Brolly. Now, I'm not too sure how far I got into it, but this is the Fox Easy Brolly. How easy it is from other brollies is sort of like beyond me, really. As far as brollies go, they're pretty easy, aren't they? However, this one has got storm poles in the sides which stay put. They slide up and down the ribs and they clip in really easy. So I guess that's the easy bit. So it comes with the compact brolly, a ground sheet, which resembles a bit like a green tarpaulin, to be fair. It's only a lightweight ground sheet, and an abundance of pegs to peg it down on your pegging points. A little rain gutter to stop anything dribbling on your head. And then underneath the corners is couplings for storm poles which are not supplied. That's just in case you're out in a storm in your little brolly, which is not something I want to do. You can pop your storm poles on just to give you a bit more stability in it. Overall, for a compact brolly, it does exactly what it says on the tin. You've even got some, it even says on it, rod straps, one either side. I mean, I guess, I mean, what else would they be for? I don't quite know why they've got rod strap written on it. Perhaps you're only allowed to strap rods to it. You're not allowed to strap any poles to it or nothing else. So just rod straps. As far as it goes, guys, you see my bed in it. It's fairly big enough to put a bed in, although you are quite close to the front. Bit of room behind, obviously. But as far as it goes, that is the Fox Easy Brolly. Right, let's sort Mr. Carp out. But there he is, guys. It's the smallest carp I've caught in a long time. But I tell you what, oh, he's absolutely stunning. Look at this little fella. Mate, how did you get that big brolly in your mouth? Look at him. He's standing up to attention with a bit of a shock to the system. The old fruit is like, what's going on? There's aliens. But no, I'll tell you what, for a little carp, he didn't half give me some beef. He went straight in the pads. I got him out of the pads and he flew right in around the back of them reeds. But we got him out. I mean, it's a good job he weren't bigger, because we probably might have struggled a little bit. But the Extractor Pro dealt with this little bad boy, didn't it? I mean, he's tiny, but it ain't all about the big uns all the time. That's some great fun that was, and on camera as well. I apologise for my language. I'm not too sure what popped out. Obviously, I haven't watched it back yet, but as far as it goes, that's a little orchard carp now. It's probably the smallest one that I've caught in here. The one last night was actually bigger than this, but never mind. There's 2 carp and 2 bream. I can't grumble. Anyway, I'm going to get packed up now, guys. I'm going to leave it there, get this little boy slipped back. Thanks for watching. It's been a joy as always, and I'll see you on the next one.